we've only got a handful of episodes left for Fringe in Season 1. Have you given a lot of thought to Season 2 and where these characters might go and what we're going to see?
Yeah, I mean, what's exciting and always like this surreal thrill to get to do a second season on any show is you get to go to all the places that you had wanted to go and didn't get to in the first season. And in fact, we've learned a lot of lessons in the first season. So I think the second year is going to just, blow the first one out of the water.
What can fans expect for these last few remaining episodes? Are they going to sort of go more serialized heading into the end of the season, or are they going to remain case of the week?
It's going to be case of the week up until the last few, and then we're going to give a bunch of answers. A lot of the stuff that we were saving for year 4 is going to come out. We just couldn't wait.
And which means it makes for a pretty shocking finale.
Did you know going in that your character would wind up with certain abilities that we've sort of recently discovered?
No.
What was it like for you to discover that?
Oh, I was really excited. I'm really excited by the whole kind of Cortexa fan, young girl experimented on, and what is wrong with me, and why can't you tell me the only one with, any kind of answer is crazy and won't give it to me, that. I'm excited by that. But no, I didn't know that that's where it was going to go when we started.
There are some episodes where there's a noticeable attraction that Peter has for, or at least sort of a deeper caring for Olivia's character. Do you think this is a show that should go down a will they, won't they area, or do you think it should remain sort of a more friendly, comrade relationship?
My personal feeling, and I actually think the show bears this out, is that it's more of a brotherly sisterly. That instead of this, it's not going to be Mulder Scully. That's not how the show is built, because we have John. So instead of it being that will they or won't they thing, I think the dynamic plays better. And you see it on camera, that there's this central broken father figure, and then the 2 estranged children. I mean, she's not technically his child, but you know what I mean? I think that it's a family dynamic rather than a romantic dynamic between the 3.
I actually wanted to know, as far as your character being the driving force in the show as far as the science and the explanations, but you're also quite funny and given a lot of quite comedic things to do. Is there anything about that you have changed in your performance from when you were first released in the first episodes to now as you've been out of the asylum for a while?
There had to be a growth. There had to be a growth in the man as he remembered more. And as he coming out of the asylum, where he'd basically been an isolated man for many years, and you could imagine being pumped full of drugs every day. So when we first met him, he was very disorientated. As time has gone by and he started to patch up a relationship with his son, he doesn't appear to be as mad anymore. He appears to be more eccentric. But, he's a time bomb.
From the past couple episodes, we've learned about an upcoming war between a parallel dimension. Whether or not when that happens is still up in the air. But is there ever going to be a point of the show where it loses its more case of the week aspect and goes more serialized?
Fringe was always designed to sort of stand on its own, sort of, week to week. So you don't have to have watched, every episode to pick up the one that happens to be on that night. Having said that, if you do, I think you're rewarded for all the, sort of hints and details that accumulate over time. But it's not something that's required. And the goal would be, unlike Alias, unlike Lost, would be to create a show that you can just watch casually if you want to, or fanatically if you want to.
Almost every episode, Peter is described as being an underachiever. Are we going to see him achieve, if not the remaining episodes of this season, but heading into next season? Is he going to realize his potential?
No, probably not. I don't really know what he's supposed to achieve. Everybody always tells him he's an underachiever, but the guy faked his way through MIT, has traveled around the world, worked as a mercenary in Iraq, building a pipeline, was down in South America, robbing minerals from native tribes. I think he's done plenty.
I heard that you had the scene with Nimoy coming up, and what was that like for you?
That was really fun. It was only a tiny, tiny little scene, though, so I sort of am loath to kind of comment too much, but it was very exciting. It was a good scene, a good little scene that I think is going to continue. It was great. He's gorgeous. He's a really lovely man.
Nimoy is playing the character of William Bell, who's much talked about, not been seen yet. Is he going to play a truly sort of a villainous or nemesis role on the show, or is he going to be larger than that?
Whether he's good or bad is obviously something that, you need to sort of watch to sort of see where it goes. But Mr. Nimoy will play a very important role in the structure of the entirety of next season.